most awkward minute. And
we're going live right now.
Hey, look at that. Now it's time for the most awkward minutes.
Why is it awkward?
Because I gotta wait for the YouTube thing to say that you're live, and then I share it to my Facebook, and it's just the absolute worst. Here we go. I've already got her all ready to go. There's nobody in the chat, so nobody really cares about us, but we're okay with that. Where am I going here? News feed. My face is beat red like I'm some type of I'm going to have a heart attack and die, it looks like. We're live. Perfect. We're live.
Red like you're going to have a heart attack and die? Your face is pretty red.
Yeah, man, I've had one hell of a day. How are you doing, my friend? How are you doing?
I'm wonderful as always, man. I guess you're not so much.
Oh, what a day today, I'll tell you, man. I was cutting some grass, and then I was going to work for a few hours, and my one day off my weekend has gone down to one day off, and I had to work, and just a great day today. Went and cut
You're cutting grass. Isn't it like raining?
No, dude, it's 27 degrees here.
Oh yeah, it's fucking freezing up here. Rainy. It's been rainy for. What's that?
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, no, it's been rainy for like a week or so up here.
Wow, that's not bad. Well, I guess it's up there. I guess you still got leaves up there. You got snow yet?
No, pretty soon. Only a week away.
Wow, I totally forgot. It totally mind bends me on how quick winter comes like that up north.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about, I was talking with a neighbor today, and he's like, yeah, you probably got a good 6 grass cuttings left. I'm like, oh, yeah, stupid Southern Ontario.
Fuck, it's nice, man. I love it. Like, I wish I was living down there.
Yeah, I mean, there are benefits, and there are benefits for sure. But like, I do miss North Bay. I like the scenery. I like the sunsets. I like a lot of stuff about North Bay. Mm-hmm. I don't like the economy up north. I don't like too much other stuff than that. Like, I miss some people up there. I don't miss a lot of them. Well, it's true. Like, I mean, it's true. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, there's a lot of things in North Bay that are fun to do that you don't do down here. Like, sitting on a bar stool all afternoon, we don't do that here. Like, there's not enough bars and stuff. Like, for us, it's like, why not? When I can just sit at home and drink. I'm like, yeah, I hate people. Especially with COVID now. I really understand how dumb people are.
But I guess it's probably different down there, whereas everybody in North Bay pretty much goes to the same bar every night. With you, you go to the bar down the street and there's like 5 or 6 people there. And
yeah, like, but now I'm looking at it, especially with COVID. Like, I'm looking at moving, and I'm looking at like having a setup. I have a setup for a bar area, which I'm going to have set up, and I'm trying to figure out how many TVs I'm going to have down there. So I want to run it I want to have like a nice sports bar down in my basement, which is going to be fantastic.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be.
I've always wanted a bar in the basement. That's a cool.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and you don't. And it's just a place to talk, right? It's not like it's just a place to talk. Yeah. So then today, like, I went to work. I went from work to my new place, and I was cutting the grass, and they're redoing the street. So
redoing the street.
So they tore it all up. So they had that machine that eats all the concrete.
Okay.
And then they were like, I couldn't leave my driveway. So like I pulled in, I take the long way around, and then I finally get into my driveway, and I go to leave after I'm done cutting the grass, and they go, no, you can't leave because look at the construction everywhere. There was machines everywhere. I'm like, how the hell am I getting out of this?
It's my house. I got to be able to leave. Like,
yeah, the guy's like, no, like literally they were parked in front of my house.
Fuck, that's bullshit.
And I'm like, come on, guys, like really? And I'm looking at it. I'm just like, fuck it. But I'm like, I'll just have a shower. I'll have a shower. I got the show. I'll have a shower at the place. And I had a towel, like a hand towel. And I'm a big lad. Like, I'm like, okay. Now that I messaged the wife, I said, do we have shampoo or something in this place? She's like, no. I was like, all we have is hand soap. Being a man, I'm like, perfect. and she's like, no. I'm like, it's like my body wash. Does dishes and hands and everything. I'm like, I'm in. Yeah. So I like jump in the shower. I use this soap. I smell like coconuts now. And the wife's like, well, you smell nice. My hair seems to be not too bad. But I mean, hey. You know what? Then I dried myself off with this like bigger than a face cloth, like a hand towel, as the wife would call it. And I was like, all right, man, I think I'm good. Come home. They were finally gone, and then came home for the show and ready to go.
Smelling like coconuts.
Smelling like coconuts, baby. Fantastic. And last night we decided it'd be fun to, because we were all off pretty early, so we were going to play some Call of Duty and get completely inebriated.
Mm-hmm.
So I woke up this morning, had to work. My whole day's just chugging along now. And this is it. Seeing you is the highlight of my day. So, I mean, I don't know. That's not really a good thing for me, but yeah.
Hey, oh, come on.
Why? What's wrong with that, man? I love you. You know that.
I'm the highlight of everyone's night.
Oh, you are Mr. Highlight of the Night, are you?
That's right.
So let's get into today's show. We'll just jump right into how'd you like last week's show? Let's start that off first. How'd you like last week's show?
It was good. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a good show. I rewatched it. I thought it was really good, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no complaints at all. Just gonna keep moving along. One thing I've noticed though, Jam plays Call of Duty. We should rip together. Oh, the Schiller's on. Yeah,
buddy. Person? I don't know.
I do. I know the Schiller. Yeah, Schiller's a good guy. Schiller's really good guy, actually. Yeah, I used to work with him. Got a great radio voice. He's got a voice for radio and a face for radio as well. So, I mean, it's good for him. Let's just jump right into the topic today. I'm going to go right into the headline.
You said you were talking about last week's show? Was there something
last week's show I just thought was good.
I thought
I was realizing too was that people I talk to, they don't watch all the shows. Like they're not like a lot of viewers, but like they seem like, oh, I missed this one or I missed that one. And we're getting okay views. Like, well, eventually, I think we're getting more.
Yeah,
I want to get more views, but we're getting sporadic people watching different episodes, which I think is kind of funny. Yeah, I'm like, okay.
We're not like a sequential show. You don't have to watch last week's episode to get this week's episode.
Well, sometimes if somebody just kind of came in and was hearing me talking about glory holes with you, and you'd be like, why are they talking about glory holes? That's an inside joke for somebody.
You gotta be there to get it. Watch more shows and you'll get it.
Like the glory hole. You gotta be there to get it.
Yeah, there you go.
So let's talk about The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead, finally done.
Finally. Oh, finally.
You know, this was considered the greatest show on television at one point.
Oh, shut up.
I'm telling you, that's what people were telling me. It's the best show. Could you believe we got a weekly TV show with realistic zombies on it every week? The special effects are mind-blowing.
The special effects are mind-blowing. If you had a Nintendo, Super Nintendo or Nintendo and you jumped to a 64 or PlayStation, give me a break.
Not only was this a top show, they had a top show afterwards just talking about it. What happened? What do you think's going to happen?
Really?
Yeah, it was called The Talking Dead with that Chris Hemsworth or Chris, whatever the fuck his name is.
Thor?
The Nerdist guy. The guy from Nerdist.
I've never even heard of Nerdist.
What the fuck's his name? Chris, I don't remember his fucking name. I actually met the guy at VidCon once, but I don't know. He's the guy from, he's Nerdist guy. I don't know.
Oh,
he does, he did the #War TV show.
Sure, whatever. Who gives a shit? Who cares a shit about the
guy? Anyway, there was 2 shows about and then there was a spin-off show. There's Fear of the Walking Dead, which is just a terrible show if you ask me.
So how many seasons do we have? Okay, so this is the funny thing. We were talking to pre-show. I've only watched 1 season.
Okay, so the first season?
No, it wasn't even the first season.
Why wouldn't you start with the first season?
I don't have time.
Yeah, that's fair.
No. I don't have time for stupidity.
Yeah.
Like, here's another thing that people may not know. I don't like Breaking Bad. I only watched. I watched 3 episodes. It's real slow, get going, and I was like, man, it's got to be easier to make meth than this. So literally, I Googled how to make meth, and I'm like, why isn't it just doing it? I don't care about anything else. I'm like, I'm done here. Yeah. Like, it's such a great show. Yeah, kiss my ass. It's a great show.
Well, that was apparently another great show. I forced myself to watch The Walking Dead for the cultural relevance, but after a while,
are you caught right up though? Are you caught right
up? No.
Okay, so the wife and I got into a fight about soap. Yeah. Another fight we got into was I call it the walking slow.
Yeah.
She got mad at me because I came in at like the slowest season, I guess, like maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Okay.
I was like, she's like, oh yeah, it's a great show. Da, 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 da. I start watching it. I'm like, I want more of this Negan guy. Like this Negan guy to me is the greatest guy. I love
Negan
this
was
guy.
on the show by the time you had started watching, so you're pretty late in the series.
I watched the whole season with her.
Okay.
And I'm like, this Negan guy's pretty badass. Carries around a bat. He runs a gang. He runs an alpha male gang. This Frank, is it Frank? Is that his name? What the hell is that guy's name? Rick
Grimes, yeah.
Frank Grimes. That's what I was thinking of, the Simpsons guy. But Rick Grimes, he just turns into a big bitch. I'm like, what's this guy gonna do? He leads people. I'm like,
I know what season you're talking about. Where
it was the slowest season of anything I've ever watched.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, they just like randomly show up to a house and there's a random girl in there with a tiger. I'm like, what the fuck am I missing here? Like this whole goddamn show is just a joke.
Well, the guy was a king and he had a tiger, and it was a little bit weird. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of got a little off the rails there. But
yeah, well, no. Go ahead.
I think I know what season you're talking about. It was, to be honest, I kind of liked a little bit of the writing on that season because it was almost like this Western movie where Rick is this outlaw that can kill the bad guy that's running rampant on town, but he goes, I refuse to fight. And then finally he's like, okay, it's time to fight. And then they fucking kick Negan's ass.
So Negan dies.
I have not seen Negan die. I don't know. That if Negan's dead, I haven't seen it yet. I stopped watching after a while because I was like, this is fucking boring.
It's boring. Dude, are you kidding me? And then they have a show afterwards talking about the show that just happened?
Talking about all the nothing that happened. No, but you know what, man? It was really good. The first season was really, really good. And there was a couple seasons where it was really, really, really good. And Negan was really good for a while too. But then, like, I don't know, it just started to... Did you ever see Glenn? Do you remember Glenn on the show? He was the Asian guy that was, like, dating that Maggie chick.
Dude, you're talking to me in fucking gibberish right now. Like,
the girl on the show, she had a kid. Like, she's going to have a kid, or... I don't know. Well, right around the time that Glenn died, I think the show kind of fell off the rails. To me, there were, like, these 4 or 5 pillars of the show, and they got enough seasons into it where you're like, okay, they can't kill any of these people. So it's getting a little bit predictable. They can't kill Rick because he's the star of the show. They can't kill the motorcycle guy, whose name I can't remember right now, because he's the only guy on the show that wasn't in the comics. So he's kind of like a franchise. They can't kill Glenn because he's like the most beloved character. They can't kill... And then they started killing them all off. They didn't kill Rick. They didn't kill Rick or the fucking motorcycle guy, but they killed Glenn, and it's like, oh, fuck. Why am I watching this show now?
The show, it doesn't matter to me because I'm like, okay, it's a dumb show.
Well, that's kind of how it started to get to. Yeah. Well, it had its moments. It just started getting silly. They started doing, you know what they started doing is that soap opera thing where you talk about getting soap, right? Yep. So they'll do like a scene where it's like, I think we need to get soap. And the other character's like, are you sure we need to get soap? Well, I think we need to get soap. And then they go to something else. Then they come back and they're fighting. They go, why do we need to get soap? And they spend fucking a half an hour just talking about that one plot point. And then by the end of it is they go to get soap. And you got to tune in next week to see what happens when they get soap. And then then when they get the soap, they go, should we bring the soap back? And then they do an entire episode on whether or not they should bring the soap back. They started doing that shit and it started getting slow and boring and soap opera.
It's horrible.
Yeah,
I don't understand. It's like Lost is another one I couldn't get into.
I'm a cord cutter, so I don't watch a lot of these TV shows. I chose to watch The Walking Dead for as long as I could because everybody was like, it's a great show, give it a chance. And I watched it. For a while, and then I just...
The thing that upsets me is when somebody tells me it's a good show, then I'll give it a couple episodes, and it's even worse than I thought. My opinion of that person changes.
Yeah, that's fair. That should be fair.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Bad taste, sir. I am not going to take your recommendation anymore.
No, exactly. Take your Alexis CD on fire, Alexis on Fire CD, and you're walking slow and go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I don't fucking give a fuck now about your show. I hate your show. It should have got canceled 10 years ago. And it's probably only got 9 seasons.
It's got 11 seasons. So
there's that many people that watch that piece of shit show. That
it was one of the biggest shows. Like, I don't know about ratings, but it was like trending every time it was on. Walking Dead.
Yeah, but if was it Sunday night? Has it always been on Sunday night?
Yeah.
There's fuck all on Sunday night, but football anyways. Sunday night's a dead night. What do you watch on Sunday night?
I think Sunday's a prime night because most people are in. They're kind of not out drinking. They got nothing to do because they got to go to work the next day or school the next day. I think Sunday's a pretty prime spot.
Not really, man. Thursday's a good one. Always has been. Like you're trying to go with football. So right there, at certain times, half of your people are gone anyways to watch football. I'm not watching a fucking cartoon. Or I'm not watching a shitty TV show. I'll tell you that much. That show just pisses me off. And everybody says, "Oh, it's so good. Oh, I can't believe it's over." Kiss my ass. End it. Who cares?
Well, for me, I like. You know what season I liked is they were on the farm. That was the one that I liked because it was these two converging ideas. Yeah, you don't know. You didn't see it. But there's the one side that was like, we got to kill all the zombies. And there's another one that was like, no, don't kill the zombies. They're people too. They played with a lot of philosophies in the show for a little while. But
you want to really make it really good? Give the zombies COVID. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you that much. A lot of people have said these last few months it felt like The Walking Dead. Although, you know what? People aren't social distancing anymore. They've given up on that shit.
Okay, so are we done with The Walking? So
let's just go right in. The Walking Dead. We're done. We're happy. Right. We're both happy that it's gone, right?
Yeah. Okay. So we finally agreed on something right off the hop. We're not going to fucking yell at each other. Oh, before I forget, happy birthday, Travis!
Happy birthday, Travis!
It's been a great day.
It's weird that Travis and his girlfriend have the same birthday, but I guess that works out, eh?
Yeah, no, it's amazing that way, right? Yeah, but happy birthday, Travis. Okay, I know you watch. You might probably, if you're watching now, I mean,
happy birthday.
Happy birthday, buddy. If you watch the playback.
I had no idea it was his birthday either.
Yeah, you know what? It totally slipped my mind. I've been busy this week. Happy birthday to him.
But anyway.
So with COVID.
Yeah.
Ugh. Where are we starting? Where are we starting with this? I want to start with BC. I want to start with the BC government.
Sure.
BC government comes out and says to us, gives us great content.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Use your glory.
You know what? The West Coast, thank you for the entertainment.
Yeah.
You have taken anything on the West Coast, anything in that Pacific time frame and that specific time zone, really has taken the eyes off of Florida men. Florida men I haven't heard about in a while. Because California's on fire, literally.
California,
Portland's on fire. Seattle. What else do we got? Vancouver, BC. They tell us to use glory holes, my friend. Glory holes. You and I get into a debate about glory holes. We make fun of each other about glory holes. Now BC is starting to pull back on things.
Yeah.
Now they came out and said you should be doing this and doing that. Now they're starting to close down bars and they're starting to close down because people are no longer social distancing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I just can't believe it. Like, did they just think, okay, I didn't get it. I didn't get it the first time. I'm not going to get it the second time because you were listening. You were sitting at home. We were literally sitting at home with our thumbs up our asses, gaining weight, and we were doing fuck all.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, now you want to fucking. Okay, it's good. We're gonna get out now. School's back. Like you had a summer, and they even said second wave will come in the fall. Fall's around the corner, and we're getting a second wave. Now, with schools are different things.
I was gonna say
we'll get into that and where I think we're going in Ontario, and I could talk down the road from the shit I'm seeing on social media is just a bit ridiculous. But the BC government has fucked that up so bad. They didn't want to fine anybody. Well, everybody's a little short on money. It's COVID. They're not working. We don't want to fine people. Have a party, but draw a circle jerk around you so you're within 6 feet of each other and fucking la-di-da. And I know I have friends in BC who are drinking with each other and they're sipping straws and they're close and they're talking and they're doing all kinds of fun stuff. And all of a sudden, from the age of like 18 to 35 or 34, I think, is everybody in there is getting COVID now. Okay. Because and they're saying it's more the younger generation. They're just kind of putting us all in one big ballpark. Kids don't care because they're almost indestructible. Like when we were in high school, we were indestructible.
Yeah,
right?
well,
Like
a lot of kids aren't showing symptoms too.
But now they're getting like 19 and on those kids, like until those kids have somebody that dies because of it, nobody's going to take it seriously.
Yeah.
They look at it, they go, yeah, who gives a shit? Then one guy goes, I had COVID, wasn't too bad. You know, oh, I had this, I had that, I'm okay. But like, where the fuck is the logic? Like, I think on the left coast, a little too many of these, and their brains sound a little scrambled.
Coast?
Is that what they're left coast, right?
Well,
yeah, left coast.
Well, there's certainly a left-leaning coast. A lot of people on that side are left-leaning.
The lefties, if you know what I mean. I'm looking at it, lefties. But yeah, no, I mean, what do you think about this whole shit in BC?
Bro, I think they need to take it seriously. However, if my memory serves me correctly, they didn't really get a first wave, right? They're just starting to get higher numbers now. They didn't when we were getting bad numbers. Quebec was getting bad numbers, but out west they weren't really getting it as bad as we were, if I recall correctly. I could be wrong. I'm not, but my memory.
I think you're right on that. Like, I don't think they're as high as us, but I don't think they have the population as we do. Do they?
No, their population's also spread out a lot more than us too. There's a lot of I remember selling cell phones out there. There's a lot of mountains and stuff. So you try to sell a cell phone to somebody up north in BC, and it's like, yeah, we don't have cell phone towers because I live on a mountain.
It's true. Oh,
but,
yeah.
I mean, like in Vancouver, obviously there's dense population and whatever too, right?
Yeah, like the Lower Mainland and stuff, and then you've got like Victoria Island, all that stuff. But yeah, so what's going to happen with them is that when they do get this wave, if they catch up to numbers that we've had, their hospitals aren't going to be able to take it. They just won't. That's the issue. The issue is that if everybody needs a respirator, you're screwed. Like you can't just go to a hospital. You're going to just destroy it. If they have a massive outbreak, you're not going to be able to care for the people, and you're just going to have to look at people. And if it does get bad, which I hope it really doesn't, them choosing who gets to live.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
You don't want to give somebody the choice. Like, I would not want the choice to go, your grandma is going to die because she has underlying health issues, but your grandma's going to get the help she needs because she's healthier. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's a rough decision.
It is a horrible decision.
In fairness, Canada has had, they've been able to handle it so far. Let's hope that BC doesn't get it so bad that they can't handle it. But I will say this: if you've looked at the numbers, it looks like we're going into a second wave. Like, those numbers are getting higher and higher and higher and higher. It's getting really scary, actually.
Okay, you live in a university town, as they call it, college town, university town, whatever you want to do.
Sure.
I live down the road from one of the biggest universities in Canada.
Okay.
Queen's University in Kingston.
Yeah.
And what are you seeing up there party-wise?
Well,
because the kids are back now, right?
There are parties. I haven't seen a whole lot of the kids back. Are they back? I don't go to the bar, so I can't really tell.
No, but it's not even the bars. Like, usually when you go up by the terrace area, when you go up in that terrace area, Cheryl Crescent and all that shit. Like, usually there's kids out partying, and you hear oh, don't do this, don't do that. And I don't have any friends in college university anymore. We are way too old for that. Yeah. But usually you hear something in a local newspaper or something to that nature, right? But I'm looking down at Kingston. These kids are partying, and not a mask to be found.
That's not good.
It's not good, man. My issue is that they're telling us to have sex with masks on.
Yeah, or use glory holes.
Use glory holes. Use masks. Like I said, wear a mask, socks for traction. You're good to go. I mean, that's what it is, man. And if they go back and watch our video of me talking about sex positions with the mask, grabbing said mask, doing things like that, just be considerate.
Be considerate. Grab the other person's mask.
Exactly.
Ride them like a horse.
Exactly. Don't switch masks. Put a little check mark in yours or something in the corner, or get a personalized one. Things to that nature.
Skip oral sex, though.
That sucks. But
I know. Be considerate and skip oral sex.
That's horrible. So, is basically we're gonna all become Ben Shapiro? Is that what's happening right now? Is that what's going to happen now? We're going to become Ben Shapiro? That's it. Ben Shapiro's unhappy with it.
That explains it. That's why Benny doesn't know about WAP. He's
WAP, not WAP. WAP.
That's what I said. Quit trying to twist it around.
You racist. I can't believe you. I cannot believe you.
WAP.
WAP. W-A-P.
Yeah.
WAP.
That's why Benny Shapiro, he's got a short-term memory, so he doesn't remember back when oral sex was a thing.
That poor bastard.
That poor bastard.
That poor bastard.
I just like that the week before you're like, I really like this Ben Shapiro guy.
I do like Ben. I honestly really do like Ben Shapiro.
And then I'm like, I'm going to murder this guy's character. And you're like, fuck that guy. I want nothing to do with him.
No, because you stated facts. Like, and when you don't state facts, a couple shows ago when you fucking tried to set me up with your leftist fatal shooting of the guy who's laying in a hospital bed who's still alive.
They shot the guy 7 times in the back. You think they were?
And I stand behind my words and say I'm only going to shoot him once before he gets into the vehicle. I'm not getting down this fucking rabbit hole again with you, you son of a bitch. But listen, and now and Quebec is also shutting bars down at 10 o'clock now. They've banned karaoke today. So no more karaoke bars.
Quebec, I don't
500 bars, shut her down.
I don't know how, but Quebec has been on fire since the beginning of this pandemic.
Yeah.
And it has been burnt and strong and as hard and as fucking bright and hot as possible the entire time.
Wow. And the French, we smoke my cigarette, share me the cheap beer, watch the hockey, and bang my wife and girlfriend me. Oh, yeah.
See, I can't get away with that, even though I am French, because my name is not French. I can't get away with that.
Woo, woo.
So what do you propose is going on in Quebec? Since you're going to say something outlandish about this.
No, all I'm saying is like not everybody's a dick in Quebec. Like they're really not. I know a lot of Frenchmen in Quebec who are amazing people. Mm-hmm. I just don't. They don't give a shit. They don't care.
Yeah. They're just like, fuck it. We will get to COVID.
Fuck it, the government. I don't pay for me healthcare. I just it's free. I just go. A couple Tylenol, little NyQuil. I'm good tomorrow. Me.
Like, the Putin is the vaccine.
Et le vaccin avec la cheese curd. Oui, woo, woo. Like, that's what I think of them. Don't worry, my cigarette's my filter. I don't need no mask, me. I've been smoking since the age of 3.5.
Cigarette filter, COVID can't get through it. It'll burn off at the tip.
That's it. Look at me. I'm French. I'm undefeatable. Me. Now give me your money. Oh, yeah, dummies. Cheap beer. Oh, yeah. That's Quebec, man. Quebec doesn't give a fuck. They've never given a fuck.
Apparently.
I don't even know what's Quebec famous for besides French people and fucking cheap beer and poutine. Like, they don't have industry. They have a port. Like, they have a
Montreal, which is mostly famous for strippers and debauchery, right?
Club Super Six, Big on Rue Saint-Carin, smoke like cigarettes.
Yeah, no. Montreal is like the most debauched town in all of Canada. Montreal is like the Vegas of Canada.
Yeah, you know what? I fucking love Montreal. Don't you love Montreal?
Yeah.
That's why COVID's so good. Montreal's just so fun. You just want to jump in and just see what happens.
Yeah,
it's Montreal. Montreal will eat you. You'll come out after a weekend. You'll have fucking red hair and your fucking dick will burn for a week because you fucking slept with the wrong stripper. And oh man, well, but no, I don't know what they're doing. But they don't have. Like, do they have industry? Like, what do they do in Quebec? Like, that's it. All I know is the port off the St. Lawrence.
What do they? I think, to be honest, I had never really thought of it, but I just think tourism, because people go to see like old French buildings and heritage, and then they go to hang out and bang strippers in Montreal, and
Yeah, no, like
maybe cigarettes. They export cheap cigarettes.
Darts, that's it. Like, what do you do? Cheap beer and darts for Ontario. That's a lot of money.
There you go. Yeah,
we got like the port of Montreal, like off the St. Lawrence. I think that's it. Like, I don't think of any, like, there's nothing where I'm like, oh man, I'm going to, where are you moving to? I'm moving to Quebec. Why? They've got great factories here. Nothing. There is nothing in Quebec.
I think they might have some mining up north. I don't know.
Even that though, like one mine, like go 4 hours north of you, you got 10 mines. And you can go work at and shit, diamond mines, gold mines, whatever you got up there, right? But yeah, they got nothing. They got nothing over there, and they're on fire. I'm like, French people, stop fucking. Stop talking with your hand.
Well, that's it. They talk with their hands. That's why they're spreading COVID.
You can't read my lip. You all fucking no mask on me. I'll tell you my story. But that's how it is, man. Like it drives me fucking crazy. And then I look at Ontario and I'm like, oh, we're so fucked.
You think we're fucked?
We're done. Dude, we're getting shut down.
Doug Ford is threatening to shut. Well, he said he's not going to shut down the whole province, but he supports individual cities shutting down.
I agree with that 100 fucking %.
Yeah, it's the right way to handle it.
It is. You should be shutting down areas. Yeah. But you've got to put a fine on top of that motherfucker. I live an hour and a half away from fucking Toronto.
Okay.
The beautiful city here, like we have here in the county and like the area without Trenton, like it's a beautiful, beautiful area. Like it's sunny, we got swans, we got fucking vineyards, and we got great golf courses. We got everything here. It's amazing. Boot her down to Kingston, beautiful old town as well. Lovely people. I don't want those fuckers from Toronto coming down here. It's bad enough the motherfuckers from Quebec were here in the summertime. Like, and that's another thing. That's another, with their fucking COVID and their cigarette. No, but like, that's something else I want people to realize when you're driving. Look at license plates. You don't see, like, if you see a Quebec license plate, you're like, holy fuck, it's a Quebec license plate. Seeing an American one, which I seen not that long ago, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing here? Get back to your country.
Fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. Border's closed, motherfucker.
Well, is it closed, though? It's probably open for few people.
Well, if you're essential, which everyone's fucking essential now.
Well, I'm essentially not going to the fucking States because it's a fucking tire fire, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, fuck that. You know, I'll stay in Canada. I'll help out. You're pointing at me.
Speaking of which, we had a case in North Bay.
A case of what? Americans?
COVID.
How the fuck do you get COVID? Who the fuck's going to North Bay with COVID?
Well, you wait till you fucking hear about it. Not only did we have a case, by the time the public was advised of it, it was already resolved. It was posted on the health unit's whatever website. One new resolved case of COVID. What the fuck? What do you mean one new resolved? There was no case yesterday. There's a 38 case and now it's resolved.
So I'm an internet troll, as you guys may find out.
Okay.
I follow your mayor. I'm not friends with your mayor, but I follow him on Facebook. So I want to see his fucking post. Oh, good job, North Bay. And I'm like, your fucking calendar, you stupid fuck. You're not even in North Bay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, good
like
job.
A conflict of interest to me, eh?
No COVID. All of a sudden, one resolved case. I'm like, dude, you had COVID the whole fucking time.
We did it. We beat COVID.
Well, we don't have any cases of COVID here, JM. What do you got? Well, we get this, that, we're doing okay. Oh, North Bay's great. Oh, yeah, great. Resolved case of COVID. What the fuck?
It's like we finally beat COVID. Wait, what? You beat it? We didn't have a case. What do you mean?
I want to know what the fuck happened there.
So what they're saying is that the person traveled and contracted COVID outside North Bay and quarantined for 14 days where they were, and then came back to North Bay. Quarantined another 14 days in North Bay, but somewhere in there got a negative test. And somehow that results in North Bay having another negative COVID case. I don't know. Fuck. Sounds stupid to me if you ask me. Because, they didn't come to I assume they didn't come to North Bay with COVID, right? They had to quarantine for 14 days where they were because they tested positive where they were. I don't understand why it would be a positive case in North Bay. I think the explanation that I read was because their permanent residence is in North Bay, but if they never had COVID in North Bay, that just sounds ass backwards to me. Sounds like these numbers are fucked is what it sounds like to me.
What that sounds like, though, with that, How the fuck does that work?
Yeah.
So if I think I have a driver's license somewhere in the house that says my North Bay address.
Okay.
My old North Bay address. So if I get COVID, I can go, no, I live in North Bay. Look at my driver's license.
Give the numbers to those guys.
Give the numbers to those fuckers up there. Scare the shit out of everybody.
Don't shut us down. Shut them down.
Yeah, don't shut us down. No, shut them down.
I need to get my hair permed.
Oh, the old Nancy Pelosi. I need to get my hair blown me. Yeah.
How come you're doing a French accent for that?
I don't know.
Everyone's got a French accent.
Today, everybody got the French accent for me.
I'll tell you why. I will tell you why she has a French accent. Because she didn't give a fuck about COVID.
No shit, eh? She pulled the Luke at my wedding.
Okay. What is the Luke at your wedding? I don't know.
Okay, so it could have been Luke or Travis or Mike or Megan, or I'm not going to blame Luke, but I guess they were partying in the hotel. Oh, you left right after my wedding, didn't you? Go back? Did you go back?
I stuck around for a while, but I did drive home that night, yeah.
Yeah,
I stuck around for quite a while, actually.
They were at my wedding, and they were partying in the hotel room, but like there was noise because we had like a whole block. So this guy comes out, and he's like, "Excuse me." He's like, "Can you keep it down? My family, like my family's trying to sleep, and you guys are being really loud." Well, one of our friends turned around and said, "Nobody gives a fuck about your family."
Wow.
And the guy was like, "You're dead." And then he went to try and kick him out of the hotel, and then they realized that it was under my name. And then I was like, "Oh shit." They're like, "Hey, so your party got a little crazy last night, eh?" I was like, "Oh, they break anything?" No, they just told the fucking guy that nobody gave a fuck about his family. I was like, I guarantee I know who that was. So Nancy Pelosi basically pulled my wedding and was like, "I don't give a fuck about your family."
There you go. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
That's fantastic.
I'm guessing that they were hoping you would bail them out when it turned into a fight at your own wedding.
I wasn't even there. I was in the hotel across the road, so nobody would be banging on my fucking door.
John Mark, we need help. We're in a fight. Beat someone up on your wedding day.
Yeah, I just come out, half a suit on, just ready to go. No pants, just ready to fight.
Do you want to be responsible for the guy getting the groom a black eye on his wedding day, though? Like, that's just terrible.
Pictures are already done, man. Pictures are already done. It's all good.
There you go.
Pictures are already done. I'm always looking at positives, right? Pictures are always done.
So you want to talk about your boy Trump?
Oh, Trumpy. Where do I begin?
Yeah. So Trump.
Hang on. Before we blame
Trump for the things that he said on record.
Correct.
Okay.
Let's talk about our boy Trudeau.
Why does it always go back to Trudeau? Why do you hate Trudeau?
Hear me out. Let's talk about brownface for a sec before we jump to Trump. You're the
definition of identity politics. Never mind what my guy did. Your guy did this.
No, but let's talk about Trump, and then let me just kind of work this out for you, okay? So Bill Morneau, Trudeau's old finance minister, found out that with the We charity this week, he did do illegal things and he got a fine. Okay. So Trudeau apparently now that the news of which I'm seeing is starting to turn on him, which is never good when you pay $600 million to all the news outlets in Canada and they don't support you. You're pretty much done as a prime minister. I'm going to tell you that right now. Here's the thing. Here in Canada, you don't hear fucking shit. And Trudeau comes out and goes, "Hey, man, it wasn't my fault, man. He did it, I gave them all this money, and then they gave it to my family. Well, there's nothing wrong with that." I'm like, "Oh, you're such a fucking idiot." Donald Trump.
Okay, so I just want to say, this We charity, Stephen Harper was using them too. That's before Trudeau. He just continued with what was already there.
So we're blaming Harper for Trudeau being crooked as fuck. Hey, I love you.
Who can play identity politics here, buddy? Hey, man, I'm just stating the facts. It was there in the previous administration. So
but the We charity, when it was set up with Harper, did a lot of good things.
Sure.
And I'm not
good things for Trudeau too, right?
No, but Harper.
No, all of a sudden it's not doing good things. Now that Trudeau's involved, it's not doing good things.
No, but Harper's government didn't use it as their personal charter plates. Like, so that's where the issue is. They tried to blame, But so that's what I'm saying. So anyways, but nobody gives a fuck about brownface. If you want to do cancer culture and all this shit, because fucking fuckface over here is on the left, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Nancy Pelosi shut down everything in fucking California. Go fuck your family. I'm still going to fucking do it anyways. She doesn't give a fuck. Here's the thing. Trump did not, I repeat, wasn't like COVID's bad, just keep it down, hush. The fucking morons he has working for him were like, man, it's not that bad. And all that happens. Now, then he came out and was like,
Trump
underplayed it.
What's that?
Then Trump said, we fucked it up. He literally came out and said,
Trump said that he intentionally played down the pandemic in the beginning. He said it's not that big a deal. He went on this interview on the record and said, yeah, it's more contagious than the flu. It's super contagious. 2 weeks later, he said in public, on public where everybody could see it, it's just the flu. It's no worse than the flu. And then when he was asked about it, he said, yeah, no, I intentionally played it down to the public. He said that on record.
Yes.
There's audio of that out there right now.
I know. I'm not debating that fact. All I'm saying is he came clean and said we downplayed it. Trump downplaying it, like, there's enough people that fucking hate that guy that if he downplayed it, like, they would fucking, they're roasting him. I absolutely. For sure they should. But the issue is that if you're following your cabinet leaders, Trump, as much as we want to think Trump is the be-all, end-all, it's all the little puppets under. He's just a puppet, man. He's just a face. It's like when Bill Clinton was impeached, they go, oh, okay, but like Bill, they're technically just like they're just like Trudeau's an idiot, but his cabinets behind him are morons even more than he is. He just gets set up. He's the face guy. He's the fall guy. That's all he is. Trump downplaying it. That's what you want from a leader. You want a leader.
I understand the parallels that you're going between Trump and Trudeau now. Now I understand what you're saying. I disagree 100% because the we scandal, you can say, okay, something got lost in the cabinet and administration, whatever. Something got lost in the translation or whatever on the way to Trudeau. However, when Trump himself goes out and says, it's just a flu, it's not a big deal, you can't say that that's an administration thing. Like, that's not the same.
No, but what I'm saying is that if his people underneath him are telling him that, like, so that's what people need to understand. Like, Trump will be in a top secret meeting and tweet about it. Okay. He'll fucking tweet about it.
Okay, but he's saying...
He downplayed it, yes.
He's saying in one interview, I recognize that it's very contagious, highly contagious, way worse than the flu, way deadlier than the flu. And then he's going out and saying... Yeah, no, it's not that big a deal. It's not in public. That's not that somebody else told him to, like, he's not getting advised this, and it's him doing it. It's him doing it.
But when we're looking blaming, like, Trump's downplaying it. Yes, he's like, hey, it's just a flu. That's what people are telling him. He's not, business-wise, he's very, very intelligent. But when it comes to other shit, he's dumb as a fucking stump. That's his problem. Is that he doesn't have a broad enough. How do I say that without like really fucking hip? He doesn't understand life. He understands business. He doesn't understand like just downplay it. Just, Mr. President, if they ask about it, just downplay it. Oh, okay, cool. He knows how to Yeah, don't worry about it. It's just a flu. Fuck off. Like, don't worry about it. We're all good. And then America becomes a fucking tire fire. But, like, he doesn't know about it.
That's not better.
I understand, but he was voted in. Like, there's certain things, like, certain presidents didn't understand about business, and it showed. Yeah. It really honestly showed. And things came out, and they're like, yeah, oops, I fucked up. I fucked that one up. And they're like, hey, I guess so, whatever. But to blame it all on Trump, I think it's all of his cronies underneath him, too. But that guy fucking fires cabinet members like nobody's business. He literally downplayed it. I understand. But when he got up there, his speechwriters were probably like, just downplay it. I don't
think he has speechwriters, man. If there's ever been a fly off
he has to have fucking speechwriters. I don't know about
that. He might have people that advise him. I might give you that. But if there's ever been a guy
he has speechwriters, fuck off.
If there's ever been a guy who spouts off at the mouth more than the person I'm with right now, it's Donald Trump.
Yeah, and that's why I love him. That
Okay.
is why I love, because, dude, the kids wanted to attack Area 51.
Yes.
And he's like, okay, are these fucking kids going to leave their parents' basements? And he goes, it's a possibility, Mr. President. He goes, all right, guys, don't go. We don't want you to get hurt. Like, you will be shot if you attack Area 51. It's a military base. You will be shot. No ancestor butts. American, whoever you are, you go, you're going to get shot.
Mhm.
Okay, don't go. But I'm going to release UFO footage anyways. Like, you're good. They're out there. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't hide things. So, like, where other presidents would be like, well, I didn't mean it like that or whatever. He's like, yeah, legit, I downplayed the shit out of that.
Listen, okay.
Trump is every man who ever
Okay.
tried to pick up a woman.
Hold on. Okay, I get what you're trying to say. You're saying, okay, he admitted to downplaying it.
And downplayed, who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck? That killed people. Downplaying how serious of a disease COVID-19 is resulted in people dying in his country. His country's a dumpster fire. We talked about it for weeks.
It's
He's
the
the
richest
reason
third
for
world
that.
country. Yeah, he downplayed it.
That's not good. It's not good.
I know it's, hey man, it's the richest third world country in the world, and you're sitting here, you don't think it's not, dude. He just downplayed it, dude. When you go to a bar, pick a kick up, you talk yourself up as high as you possibly can. I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to do that to you. I did this in my job, but I do that. You take her home, you pull out your fucking 3-inch erect cock, and she's scared and she runs home.
Okay,
Like,
what if you have syphilis? Do you downplay it? It's not a big deal.
no, you call in sick with it.
Hey, baby, don't worry. I just have syphilis. It's not a big deal.
Just a bad case of the
It's a
SIF.
bad
Don't
case.
worry.
It's not a bad case. It's a good case. It's the best case. My doctors say
bad case.
it's the best case they've ever seen.
Best case scenario, it doesn't fall off. That's what I'm talking about. Downplayed it. Everybody downplays it. Hey, man.
Downplay the syphilis. It's okay. They got penicillin. It'll be all right.
No shit, eh?
They're going to have penicillin real soon. Trust me.
I'm trying to think of, like,
Maybe before a very important day. I don't know if you heard, but that's what he's been promising is the vaccine before a very special day.
the day he either gets pumped or he does the pumping. I don't know. I still don't know how that's going to go.
Nobody knows.
Nobody fucking knows. I'm excited for that day. I'm going to take it off work. Hopefully take it off work and just bevy it and just go to town. We should talk about maybe doing a show during it, like a watch along.
Hey, that's a fun idea. Maybe.
Maybe we do a watch along.
But you know what? Here's the thing. Because of mail-in voting, they're predicting that they won't have the results for quite some time after the election day.
Well, now here's the thing. Now I think he tweeted out today. He sent out 80 million ballots or whatever the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm.
They're still going to release it on that day. Like, they're going to still come out and say, "Hey, 80% of people have voted. The people of Florida have voted for."
I mean,
Sleepy Joe or whatever the fuck his name is.
I mean, it's a fun idea, and I think that I'd like that. I don't expect to know the results that day, but it could be fun to react to what we see that day. That would
So
be...
maybe what we should do
Mhm.
is you find a live stream of CNN, which you'll probably be able to do like on the CNN website because that'll be a big day for them.
Sure.
I'll watch it on fucking Fox News, and we'll give each other like the fucking play-by-play.
That'd be fun. But you know what?
Like,
There could be like a landslide. We have a new president. I'd like to watch that on the same channel at the same time. But yeah.
because then for the next 4 years, you'll just see either the left crying again, like just the montages, or the right just shooting shit. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like,
do you think we have a civil war one way or the other? One way or the other?
Yes.
Yeah.
We were talking about this somewhat today at work about how close we are to having civil wars in different countries.
Sorry, we're not having one though, but
No.
the other guys are.
The states are having one.
Yeah.
But they're talking about other countries also having one as well. Like,
Yeah.
they're talking like we have to. They need a civil war because they need to figure their shit out. And I really honestly like. I hope that they can all realize that everybody's the same.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
Trump, we call Trump a fuck up. Sure, Trump's a fuck up. But business wise, he's a fucking genius. But like, if you want to go down the list, though, like Obama did some good things. Bush, fucking Junior. Hey, I don't know how the fuck he got 8 years. I really don't.
I'm not really a big fan of Bush, but
how the fuck Clinton? Like Clinton? Oh my god! Like, just go down the list. Like,
you're not making a good case for these. Everyone had something good.
So yeah, Trump had a good economy, didn't crash. Our economy's fucking horrible.
I mean,
look at our Canadian dollar to American dollar. Trump's doing something, right?
Did crash, but it was mostly because of the pandemic, right? Although it's coming back up, is what they're saying. It's coming up at a really good rate. So
yeah, no, I think it's fantastic. But yeah, yet again, like there are some idiot. Like if Trump gets in again, I don't know. I don't even know why he's forced to run because everybody's fucking ripped that guy apart. I don't think I'd ever want that fucking job.
Yeah,
I really don't. I'm good.
Yeah,
because you don't need a couple of fucking assholes from Canada ripping the shit out of both sides and fucking starting fistfights with each other. It's pointless. Like I'm just like, wow, man. I honestly feel bad for presidents. I really do.
It's our job. There's no heavy is the head that wears the crown, right?
It's true. It is fucking true, buddy. Yeah. Do you have anything else to care about Trump? Like, I love Trump. I'm going to say that. I love Trump. You know, I love Trump.
I think I've kind of torn him to shreds today, but
you have ripped him apart a little bit. His economy's still better than ours, so we'll never be able to top that. He downplayed it, which leaders really should downplay. They really should downplay
a fatal disease that is extremely contagious that you can prevent by staying home.
But they've always downplayed shit, man. The Americans are the kings of downplaying. Like
I'm not going to agree with you that they should downplay how dangerous COVID-19 was. I don't agree with that.
He didn't want you can't as a leader. You can't send a whole country into mass hysteria. Mind you, he said one side to the left side, massive hysteria, fires everywhere. He's like, yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's just a little bit, it's all good. It's all good.
And he has incited that violence often, right? Like,
yeah. Okay, so Trump comes out and says he downplayed COVID.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Do you ever hear of LSU, a football team, like their college team, LSU? I don't want to say Louisiana State University. I think that's what it is.
Okay.
They're talking about going 20% for their college football games in their stadiums.
Okay.
So they came out and said Trump downplayed it, COVID bad, don't do anything. And just how many people are going to be in the stadium? Just think how big this fucking stadium is at 20%. 25,000 people.
Oh, wow. That's a huge stadium.
How the fuck are you going to control that? A bunch of drunken college fucks that guaranteed won't have a mask. And I'd use a French accent on them, but even the French are that fucking dumb.
Well,
but the ticket prices are ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're talking like upper bowl, like fifth deck or sixth deck. They're like $3,000.
Wow.
For one seat. I'm like, fuck that. I'll sit at home and watch it and get shit-faced at home and say that I could have been better because I was a high school football player.
There you go.
Let's go into Jimmy Yang.
Not Jimmy Yang, Andrew Yang.
Guys, this is the wrestling. This is kind of the wrestling part of the show.
Segment of the show.
It's not really wrestling. I'm gonna get out of it as soon as I can. Tell me about Andrew Yang.
Well, Andrew Yang is basically calling out the WWE on their corrupt labor practices. Andrew Yang was actually trying to run for president, and he is a politician trying to shut down WWE for their corrupt labor practices. Basically, the issue is WWE labels their performers as independent contractors, but they're clearly not. They're clearly employees.
That's right. And who's he support?
Obviously, he supports Biden and Kamala. No, don't do that.
Not that Kamala. What the fuck's her name? Whatever.
Kamala Harris.
Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe. I call him Sleepy Joe.
So Vince McMahon's been sued?
No, well, I mean, he has been sued, but not.
No, but he's been sued because he's been ripping people off.
Yeah, he has. There have been lawsuits out on this. Yes, there have been lawsuits for this. Yes.
Okay, so what were the lawsuits and how did it end up going?
All of them came back as WWE one. There might be one out now. There's always kind of one or two looming, right? Like,
yeah, because the way they do it in the States and even in Canada, like they look at it and go, Adam's suing me for $50,000, and then my lawyers go, it's going to cost you like fucking $300,000 to fight it. Just give him the $50,000, tell him to kick rocks. Like, all right, get him to sign this. Here you go. Take off. Adam, you're an independent contractor. Absolutely. You're an entertainer.
Okay.
You're an entertainer. You should be an independent contractor. Now, here's things that people don't understand. And if somebody doesn't want to watch it or watches it later, like John Cena said the other week, was like, yeah, every time I'm in a movie, I got to pay Vince McMahon 2%.
Vince McMahon owns his legal name.
John Cena. He owns John Cena.
Does that not sound ridiculous?
No. Now, the reason why John Cena is not mad, here's the reason why. Adam, if I told you I own your name, I'm going to take your name, you're going to make $20 million. I'm going to make you $20 million. I'll give you $20 million. But whenever you use your name in the future, I want 2% of that. Okay. What the fuck would you say to that?
I would jump at the opportunity, right?
That's what I'm saying.
But so perhaps that is exploitive.
You think that's exploitation? I think it's called business. I think it's called business. Because what happened?
Okay, we got to back up a little bit. You were saying they are absolutely independent contractors, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if you're an independent contractor, like if someone's building your house or working on your house and you hire them independently,
yep.
Do you have the right to tell them you can't go work at my neighbor's house though? Only my house. No. You're never allowed to work for anyone other than me until this contract is done. Like that's not
Yeah. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
That's one of the issues with it. The other one is if these guys aren't even allowed to have Twitch accounts right now. They're not even allowed to have social media accounts. They're not allowed to have their Lana actually had an endorsement deal with some, I don't know what it was, an energy drink or a fucking flashlight or something, but WWE said, nope, you're not allowed to do that anymore.
Yeah, because they want their cut.
No, they don't want her doing it at all. They said that's not allowed. If Macho Man was doing Slim Jims right now, they'd say, get the fuck out of here.
Love you much.
The Mach.
No, Adam, they are. Now, here's the thing, too. So what happens is, like, have you been in any new build houses in your area, in the last 5 years?
Sure, yeah.
They all have the same color scheme. They all have the same fucking everything. Mm-hmm. But then if you go down the road off 17, I can't remember the name of the crescent, they've got a bunch of beautiful homes on Trout Lake.
Sure.
They sign contracts with these guys. You can't use my drawing. You can't use.
I know that's different though. That's different.
You're working for me until the contract is done. I don't want you fucking working for anybody else.
That's not true. You can go work on another house, and you can go work, do whatever you want. If I need you to fucking.
Okay, so, but here's the thing: when we're looking at it different, I think different ways.
Okay.
I've got a guy painting a house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pay this guy. When am I going to pay him? I'm going to pay him when the job is complete.
Sure.
If you want to work on 17 fucking jobs and I get done in 3 months, that's when you're going to get fucking paid.
Yeah, that's different. That's the way it should be. WWE is saying you're not an employee, but you can only work for us.
Then don't sign the fucking contract. The minute you sign you sign a contract, I don't give a fuck if it says if we sign a contract and we go JM and Adam, you're each going to get $50,000 a year to do this fucking show once a week. Adam, you've got to have no shirt on, and JM, you got to shave your head. The minute I sign that fucking dotted line, the lettuce is gone and your tarp is up.
Yeah.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. But that's what I'm saying is that the minute you sign a contract.
That's different. That's not.
But if you sign a no-compete clause.
Okay.
You sign a no-compete clause, the other company, they should be able to sue you. And you should have to pay if you sign a no-compete clause. Who's the girl? Who's the girl that just left WWE? Female announcer.
Renee Young.
1 year no compete.
I don't know if it's a 1 year no compete.
I believe it's a 1 year.
She may. I don't know the details of it, but I've heard that she's allowed to leave, and she can't work for somebody else until her contract would have been done with the WWE.
Correct. Now he's suing the WWE. So if he sues the WWE, could he sue Turner Television?
Why?
Eric Bischoff started this bullshit with the contracts and the no competes, and you can't work for another company. So that's why Rick Rude, when he was over, he was on Nitro or something.
So they're not. No, he's not suing anyone. He's trying to change the labor law so the WWE can't continue to do this practice.
Why not?
What do you mean, why not? Because it's exploiting them. You can't have it both ways. You can't have somebody do the job of an employee and then label them as an independent contractor so that you don't have to give them benefits. You don't have to give them, the right to unionize or things like this.
How much money are they making, though, Adam? That's the fucking thing.
A lot. I understand.
But that's what I'm saying, Adam, is that your fucking job is an entertainer. So does that mean that Hugh Jackman and Liam Neeson and I gotta name a female, I'm gonna get fucking roasted. Cher or
Cher.
I don't know. I need a fucking female. I don't fucking know. I'm trying to think of females.
Cher's the only female you can think of?
Well, I was looking at my chair, and Cher came into my head. But no, so are all those guys not independent contractors?
The problem is that...
What's the problem? They can't work on another fucking movie while they're there.
That's
so
not
what's
true.
The fucking problem?
There are some of them who come in and they'll work for scale and do whatever and do a day, shoot for a day, and then go do another fucking movie somewhere else.
But then, so then that's a small role. Sure. Like Jennifer Lawrence can't go in. Oh, she's a shitty actor too, though.
They're all part of like unions, and they all get like benefits and shit like that. They're treated like employees.
But they pay for it on certain moves. Like they pay a lot of money into that. Where Vince McMahon goes, no, we can cut you. It's the same with the NFL. The NFL is a players union, but not like when you see an NFL contract, they say guaranteed money, and you can be cut for whatever reason. Where every other sport has like guaranteed contracts. The NFL doesn't. So that's how the league's so rich. You just cut a guy 23, blew your ACL out. Yeah, you're done. All right, here you go. You're cut. Have a good day. We don't have to pay you shit.
Kind of seems wrong that if a guy blows out his knee working for you, you don't have to pay him anymore.
Nope, that's America. That's the American dream, my friend. That's exactly what it is. And you know what? If you don't want to work for Vince McMahon, go down to fucking Wednesday night, Tuesday night Dynamite or whatever the fuck it is.
Wednesday night Dynamite. Well, it's interesting because this Andrew Yang is apparently a wrestling fan, and he says, yeah, he supports AEW. He thinks that they're doing things a little bit better, but they're not perfect either. He also said he's fans of Macho Man, Ricky Steamboat, Rick Rude.
Yeah, all the guys that I still love too. I understand that. But, dude, if you're going to change it, it's a fucking slippery slope because the minute that Vince McMahon points his finger at something else, you have to go after that. Now, Vince McMahon is friends with Donald Trump. I think, like, they're really good friends. That could be a little bit of, hey, you're best friends with this fucking guy? I'm coming after you, too, because I want a little publicity as well.
Okay. Right? I understand that they actually, I mean, Vince McMahon has done business with him. They were in, Donald Trump hosted 2 WrestleManias, was a competitor. No, it wasn't a competitor. He was involved in one WrestleMania.
Yeah. And Linda McMahon's in his, she's part of the Senate?
Yeah, she's in charge of small businesses or something like that. She's actually the person that would probably be directly.
So that's probably why Vince McMahon's taking one in the fucking chin here, because of his fucking wife and Trump. But that being said, though, like California is gone with Uber and Lyft, right? Is that the ride sharing programs are now they have to be their own? I don't understand how that works.
What's basically happening is California, this was a while back we were going to talk about it, and it kind of ties in. California wanted to classify Uber and Lyft as employees, these drivers as employees instead of independent contractors. One of the things that I found interesting is instead of getting a gig wage, they would get a actual by the hour, and once they work more than 40 hours, they would get things like overtime. There would be benefits that they would pay into. They would get vacation time, things like that.
Do you know how Uber or Lyft works?
They do.
How does it work?
You pull up your phone and you fucking say, I want a cab, and one shows up.
No. Other way, fuckface.
You asked if I know how it works. That's how it works.
No. How it works when they get paid. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Do they have set number of hours you got to do for Uber?
No.
You get more money for an Uber X. You get more money for...
My understanding is, because I've only taken one or two Ubers, is that it's based on demand. So if you're the only cab there and a lot of people want a cab, your wage goes up and the cost of that Uber goes up.
But you don't have to. You don't have 40 hours. You just log into your phone and say, "I'm going to Uber today, and I'm going to drive around and do shit like that."
Do it as long as you want. Do it for as many hours as you want.
That's a second job for some people. That's just get me the fuck out of the house. I'll drive a car around.
It's the first job for some people.
Well, in bigger cities, it is absolutely. But I know. If I have a friend who works for Lyft, and he said he was like, "Hey, I make like $700 a week." Mm-hmm. On the weekend for doing Lyft. So I have my 9 to 5 job, and then I drive on the weekends, and I make almost $1,000 cash. But now you would take that away from them.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't make sense to me because then if you're an employee, that's going to cause it even worse. The guys aren't going to make the money they were making. You need to understand that. If minimum wage in California is $4,
mm-hmm.
Or it might be $7.10 or something. I know they're lower because of their money. $7 an hour. Well, to drive for me, Adam, instead of making where you were averaging probably $40 an hour or $50 an hour, I'm only going to pay you fucking $12 an hour now. Because I got to pay you. I got to pay you taxes. I got to fucking give you health insurance. I got to give you this. I got to give you that. I'll cover all that. You go, no, my other job does that for me. So what's going to happen is you're going to get a bunch of fucking kids driving who don't have any experience driving. And it's going to cause more accidents.
That's one of the arguments that I would have against classifying Uber and Lyft as employees is right now you don't have to have a set schedule. You don't have to. It's just sort of I'm free. I'm going to do it right now.
Yes.
So you don't have to hit 40 hours every week. You don't have to prearrange a schedule. You don't have to. It's hey, I'm going to do this in my spare time and. For someone like me who is always at a risk of getting laid off in my industry, I could do that now. And then when I get laid off, maybe I do it as a full-time gig and I've worked up this reputation because apparently you get a rating.
Yeah, you get a rating. Yeah. I mean? So then what happens to me, what would piss me off, and I'll tell you what would piss me off. So let's just say I'm a 40 hour, I lost my job.
Okay.
And I'm just driving fucking Ubers. Okay, now I'm an employee of Uber now. I'm making $12 an hour, 40 hours a week, overtime, da-da-da-da-da-da. Then here comes Adam, part-time employee. I want, and we're in the same area, I want fucking first dibs because I'm busting my ass over here. Don't make me sit around. Or what's going to happen is people are just going to go, I don't want to take this guy. I don't want to take that guy. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. What? Dude, because you're getting paid hourly. I don't give a fuck. I'll sit here and do no rights. I don't care. Tell me different. Where you get to hustle. That's what makes Uber. You get a hustle going. You get going. You know what I mean?
I don't think it would work out quite like that, where you can refuse rides and whatever. I'd imagine if you're an employee and you start refusing jobs, they're gonna
but I'm saying with
fucking
Uber,
fired.
Yeah, but with Uber though, you can go like, all right, you know what? I don't need that ride because that ride is from Canada to fucking downtown. Like, no, I live in Canada. I don't want to take that one. I'll just no, thank you.
Yeah.
And you get the next one. That's all it's going to be is guys doing that, right? So,
okay. So I understand how it's like that now, but I'd imagine if you were working as an employee, you might even be giving up that right to refuse ride. Like I'd imagine a cab driver can't be like, yeah, I don't want to take that ride,
Well, I know, I understand, but like Adam, like you're just setting up businesses to fail.
Yeah, well, that's the interesting thing is we already have an Uber and a Lyft service that has people as employees, and that's called a taxi, right?
Yeah.
We don't need another one, you know? We don't need to reclassify it as a taxi. Like, if you want a taxi, that's an option. If you want to work for a taxi, that's an option. If you want a Lyft or an Uber, or you want to work for them.
But what makes Lyft and Uber their own business, and it's smart,
Mhm.
they can work their own hours.
Exactly.
So if randomly I go to work and they go, we don't need you today. You want to take a day off, you know, so I can count against you, you still get paid.
Mhm.
Yeah, all right, I'll take that. I'll just go do some Ubers. Another employees Uber goes, no, we don't need you, man. We got fucking 50 cars out right now. We don't need shit.
Mhm.
But I just paid for all this stuff. They go, yeah, too bad you're not scheduled, but we'll see you tomorrow. Like, so any time off you have, you're like, fuck that.
Mhm.
Like, so basically they're just trying to dictate more to you on what you can and cannot do. So you're not allowed to make money. That's what that guy's saying. Like the guy's saying, Jimmy Yang is saying that he doesn't want you to make your own money. Because Vince McMahon, I'm going back to Vince McMahon here. Vince McMahon will sign you to a fucking contract to make an employee. Not a fucking problem. That's going to come with more fucking headaches than you can even fucking imagine.
So, okay, the main difference between Lyft and the WWE, or Uber and the WWE, is with Uber, you can make your own hours. With WWE, they own every waking moment of your life. So for that reason, I think it's only right to classify the WWE employee as an employee.
Yeah, I guess.
The
You know what I
point
mean?
that
But,
I'm
like-
the point that Andrew Yang and the point that I tend to agree with is that you can't have it both ways. If you control every aspect of them, if you say you have to be, they're in charge of like their schedule, what time they get to go home, their flights, when they work, when they don't work, when they see their family, this, that, everything. That's an employee. That's not an independent contractor. Whereas if you have, let's say somebody paints your house, they get to decide when they do that. They do it at their own time, right?
Yeah, which isn't a good time right now. But yeah.
No, but that I'm trying to show the difference between an employee and I'm actually trying to Google the actual differences and I can't find a list, but that's one of the ones that I looked up before is if they control every aspect of your schedule, that's an employee. That's not an independent contractor. An independent contractor will build you a house. They'll do it probably with a case of beer and whenever they want.
Okay,
right?
so but here's the thing, right? So Vince McMahon is still paying them a bi-weekly salary or a lump sum or however the fuck he pays out. I don't know how they get paid. I don't know if they get every 2 weeks, bi-monthly, fucking whatever they get paid. He doesn't do per show anymore, right? Doesn't do per show.
I do believe they're paid per show, but they're also paid.
So this is what I'm getting at.
It's a little bit of both.
So he's changed his ways from the 80s.
Okay.
When like the guys were like, hey, we're on the road 365, but we're making this money and we're getting like a little TV time and we're getting this, we're getting that. And that's the kind of shit I want to do. We're like, when they had WWE in North Bay, we were talking about like me, you, and Daryl went, we had that was a good time for us. There was fucking nobody there. Like the front row was sold out.
Yeah.
And sporadic parts around the fucking ring, like up in the stands were good. Yeah. Could you imagine if he paid you per show? Each of you's got, here's $10. Get the fuck out of here. Like, so in some cases it's good.
But they are paid on the house. That is how it is still work. But they get a downside guarantee. So you're guaranteed a minimum of a certain amount each week or every 2 weeks. And if you exceed that, they give it to you. Like if the house draws more, they give you a bigger paycheck that week. If it's less, you still get the minimum. And then at the end of the year, if you haven't hit your downside guarantee for the year, they make it up in a lump sum.
So is this guy going after commission jobs as well?
What do you mean commission jobs?
Well, because that's exactly how commission works.
Oh, he's going commission. Yeah, I see what you mean. No, he's just going after the WWE. I think he's actually going after MMA a little bit too. I saw a little bit about that too.
Yeah, well, the UFC's not getting paid that well either, right?
Yeah, no, they're not.
I don't know, man. I just think that, if you don't want to work for somebody, don't sign the dotted line. They don't do it. Don't fucking do it. They don't. Like, fuck, if you think that you can if you think about it and you go, okay, I don't want to do this. Everybody doesn't want to be an independent contractor. Take all those fucking people Make your own wrestling promotion and say, fuck it.
I think they did. It's called AEW.
No. That's the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars owns that. What I'm saying is, like, get Rusev Day off of fucking Dynamite. Get fucking the wannabe HBK, the poor man's HBK. Get everybody together and go, okay, here's what you're going to do. We're going to make our own wrestling. Half of them probably have rings.
Do you know who the Elite is?
No.
The Elite is the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes. These are like the VP or they're all basically have roles within the company. They're all basically people who run that company.
So then make your contracts and make sure you get health coverage and shit like that. And when your business fails, you go, what the fuck happened? And you'll figure it out.
Oh, I think I don't know if they implemented, but I know that in the beginning AEW was talking about having those benefits. I don't know if they do or
then go work for fucking AEW. Like, just don't work for them.
Well, my point here is, if you're an independent contractor, if you're an employee, you can't classify them as independent contractors.
Well, they should.
You can't control every aspect of somebody's life. You can't control whether or
the
not
minute you sign on the dotted line, you get a paycheck from me. I can do whatever the fuck I want. If I tell you you're with me, here's your vacation days. You have 3 weeks vacation. I'm giving you 2 days off a week. I'm picking your fucking days off. You're not dictating to me.
What if they say you have no vacation days?
Well, if he's an employee, you have to because it's legal. But if he's an independent contractor and he wants that money, here you go.
What if every aspect of their job says that they're an employee, but they say, we're going to call you an independent contractor so we don't have to give you vacation days?
Fine. I'm fine.
What do you mean fine? No, that's not fine.
If you want to sign the dotted line, man, I already told you this before with your name. Like, I'm going to pay you $20 million. Here's your name. After that, I want 2%, but you're fucking mine. That's all that happens, man.
The name thing is a different conversation. The independent contractor thing is, I don't see how you don't see it my way.
Nope.
You can't have it two ways. You either treat them like an independent.
You sign the dotted line, baby, and I want you.
Dotted line.
That's it. You sign the dotted line, and that's it. What do you want?
Signing the dotted line. Whatever. I don't.
It's a contract, man.
I understand it's a contract. You understand there's some things that you can't enter into a contract to do, right?
Like what?
Like I don't know. You can't I don't want to.
It's a fucking contract. Unless it's illegal.
I'm not a lawyer, so I don't really want to get into the weeds that much into this stuff. But
fucking bring it up, fuckface.
Okay. You have you work in a gym. I think you're a manager position.
I turn lightly, but yes.
What if you just decided, you know what? None of you are employees. You're just independent contractors, and we don't have to give you vacation days. We don't have to pay overtime. We don't have to. We can do whatever the fuck we want. The government would probably go after you for that, right?
Oh, I wish we could.
I know you wish you could, but you can't.
I could.
You can't, right?
But it's the law of entertaining is the thing.
That's not the law of entertaining. That's not a real law.
It's an entertainment, man. They're entertainers. I don't understand. So why the fuck are people getting cut from the NFL for posting shit? Like, why are people getting cut from this and that in their contracts? Why? Because they signed a line that said that they would not do anything that's bad PR. They signed a contract.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So when the NFL players work in the NFL owns their ass during the season.
How many days a week do you work in the NFL?
7.
Do you work 7? You have to play 7 games a week?
No, because you got to practice. You got practice. You got game tape. You got this. You got nutrition. You got to be at the stadium. This, and this.
I don't know. I'm talking over my head with anything NFL. So I'm not. It's not a fair conversation. I don't know what we're talking about. So
it's almost the same thing, but the WWE doesn't do it as bad as the NFL does.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Thanks, Rob.
I assume that you want me to put that up.
So true. No, but
he's being sarcastic.
Once you dot the lines,
He's not on your side.
baby. The contract is signed. Your ass is mine.
There are contracts that are not legal. You understand that there are contracts where you're asking somebody
Vince
to do something
McMahon,
that
the owner of a
$1
billion-dollar company, doesn't fucking have lawyers on his side to make this.
He does.
So fuck you. They want to sign a contract.
You.
Adam, dude,
the point that Andrew Yang is making, and that I agree with, is that perhaps he's got these legal loopholes or whatever to classify them as independent contractors. What he's saying is, for all intents and purposes, they are not independent contractors, and we need to put an end to that. Whatever these loopholes are, we got to close those loopholes. We got to classify these guys as just employees because they're being used as employees. And I don't know the legal mumbo jumbo. I'm not a lawyer. I can't quote to you what exactly is going on. He's saying it's not right. You're using them as employees. Let's just call them employees. Treat them like employees. Give them the benefits that employees deserve.
Fine, that'll cut half their fucking pay.
Well, and that's the other thing, is that could come with a pay cut. That could come with them paying into benefits. I'm sure that a lot of it will be evening out. You know, the John Cena's probably won't make as much, but the guys on NXT will probably make a little bit more.
So perfect. You don't want to be a fucking independent contractor? You're not selling your fucking shirts. I'm selling the shirts. I'm keeping the fucking money. You work for me. So then what happens is, if you fuck up in a match, you're fired. If you do anything, you're fucking fired. We're done. If you injure somebody at work, if you're stiff and you injure somebody at work, you're fired. If you post on social media something I don't like, you're fired.
These are all rules that they can exercise. They can fire you for the drop of a whim. They're threatening to fire people for posting things on social media right now. They're saying you can't have a Twitch account. You can't have endorsement deals. That's not what an employee and an independent contractor can't tell you that.
Just don't. Then get a better contract.
Well, that's what Andrew Yang is trying to do.
No,
he's trying to say pick one. You either treat them like employees or you treat them like independent contractors.
Adam, okay, we're done.
Loosen your grip on these people. Let them get some endorsement. Let them fucking do commercials.
I'm gonna fucking push the shit out of your shirts. I'm gonna sell them at what I think I can sell them for. I'm gonna sell them all, and I'm gonna do every fucking month. John Cena's t-shirts sold $1 million worth of t-shirts. Austin 316, one of the cheapest shirts to fucking make, $10 million last month. Guess who doesn't get a fucking cut of that? My fucking employees. Kiss my ass and fuck you.
I'm sure that their contracts have that they get a cut in it. I don't know what is this? You're reading the contract.
Yeah, you want to put that up. Okay, so so the NHL or the OHL, they went to court. I don't know if anything came of it yet. Yeah. So they got some former alumni were suing the OHL. I think the CHL actually for not paying their employees, paying the kids who play hockey as employees.
Okay.
So what they do is they pay university upon completion of so many seasons with the team.
Okay.
So you get to go to university and the league will pay for it.
But it's looking like they get minimum wage, is what this person is saying.
No. So they're like,
sorry, okay, you said they get minimum wage.
They sued to get minimum wage for these kids. So then what the OHL said, or the CHL said, was, fine, we'll gladly pay them as employees. We'll pay them as employees. We'll pay their taxes, but their gas allowance is gone. So for the guys who drive, your gas allowance is gone. We no longer give you a per diem to eat. You have to pay rent at your billet house, and we're not paying for your university. All of a sudden it goes, wow, I don't want that. Yeah, we should pay into a pension for you. The pension thing's a good idea, I think. I honestly think the pension's a good idea. But, dude, I'll just take everything else away.
So what about a pension for wrestlers? Because they don't have that.
You could pay into one, though, is what I'm saying, Adam.
Yeah, you can choose to pay into one. That's true. But
that's not my fault. I don't have a pension. I pay into something. I don't have a pension.
You worked on a pension? I don't know. I would think that a company like the WWE would supply a pension for their employees.
Yeah, but then no. Okay, so we'll put a pension out. But when Jake the Snake Roberts needs to go to fucking the best rehab facility, we're not going to pay for that.
Well, and that's the other thing is WWE has done good things for their former employees. They have put anyone through rehab that's ever needed it.
It's true. Yeah. It's true. But like, it's kind of a backhanded compliment because they kind of do like, we'll send you to rehab, but the minute you're out of rehab, you're on the show. We're making money off of you. So like Jake Roberts gets out of rehab, where is he? He's on the show. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, come on back. We love you. Da 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 da. Here you go. Here's a Hall of Fame. We get you for 2 months. Now you're back. Now you slip up, you're gone. Right? Like it's a two-handed compliment. Hey, we'll help you out, but you're coming back and you're working for us. You're going to do some TV time so we can trend on Facebook or on Twitter or whatever it is. Adam, I don't know if we don't want to get too personal here. Are you ever going to have a child?
I don't know. I probably.
Adam. Who cares if you're going to have one or not? How big would your gender reveal be?
Not big enough to burn down California. I'll tell you that much.
Yet again, California turns out to be Florida. It's awesome. I love it. Really. Literally, I was talking about how California's on fire. A week later, some guy says toxic men. A celebrity may have came out and said toxic masculinity has caused the fire of California. And it might have been the who's the South African colored guy on the I'm thinking about it.
Doesn't matter who said it.
He's defending himself. But anyways, no. How big was it? I didn't see the video. Have you seen the video?
Yeah, I saw it on the Philip DeFranco show where they and as actually was just a smoke bomb apparently, but it California's had fires like like dry conditions for wildfires for the last couple of years. There's been plenty of fires every year. I think there's been a huge fire that's been burning in California.
Yeah, now I think it's their trees, and I don't know. Like I think they have eucalyptus trees.
I don't know.
They do. I don't know. I thought those were only in Australia. I don't think they're native to California, but I think they burn a lot better than like standard trees do.
I don't know. I just know that the conditions California's in a drought. It's always in a drought. So and it doesn't rain that often in California. So because of that, whatever forest they have is just susceptible to fucking burn like a motherfucker. It's just like one spark and that place will go up.
How fucking crazy is that?
Yeah. And so gender reveal parties have gone from like, hey, we'll have a cake. And when you cut into the cake, it's either blue or pink. And you see what gender it is. And, oh, it's a girl. Oh, it's a boy. And then they had balloons that pop. And the confetti is yada, yada. Now, fucking explosions. Like California on fire.
Dude, literally, your kid needs to be named California.
Yeah.
That kid comes out, you got to name California. Why? Because you burnt that cocksucker down.
Yeah, there you go.
Imagine that. Hey, guys, how was Adam's gender reveal party? We burnt down California.
Yeah. You're the kid that burnt down California.
We burnt down California.
20 years later, before I was born, my parents burnt down California to celebrate that I was a dude. That's toxic masculinity, I'll tell you that much.
My dick is so big, I burnt down California on a gender reveal. Fuck you. Like, that's exactly what it is.
I think gender reveal parties are kind of fun. Like, they're cool, you know. Everybody shows up and they get to see a surprise, whatever. Sure, they're fun.
Give a fuck.
You don't give a fuck.
Dude, I'm so fucking tired of parties for parties for parties. Holy fuck, dude. When I got married, I didn't even have a bachelor party. I'm like, yeah, I live up north. Like, every weekend's a bachelor party. The wife had, like, fucking bridal party. Pre-fucking bachelorette party, fucking all kinds of fun fucking shit. I'm like, what'd you get? I got a fucking flask of whiskey. That's all I got. And I got a fucking wife now and a piece of gold. What does she have? Memories in a lovely dress she'll never wear again. Fuck everything. You got to bring a gift now for everything. Come on down, baby shower. Oh, we're gonna have a mix now, boys and girls. The fucking poor husband sitting up there on a fucking chair looking like an asshole.
I like how the married guy is the one who's bad. What the fuck does she got? Memories in a dress she'll never fucking wear again.
What the fuck do you want me to say? I'm just listen, man.
You're supposed to be like, it was a lovely experience.
No, my party, you were there.
Yeah.
My fucking party after the church and shit was done was fucking epic.
Yes.
It was. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The DJ was shit. The food was good. I was a dick, but the whole thing as a whole was fucking
I believe
great.
it's the DJ's birthday tonight.
It is. And it's my MC's birthday. Travis, happy birthday, my
Happy
friend.
birthday, Travis.
Happy birthday, Travis. No, but like my wedding was great. I had airplanes. I had like shit.
Yeah,
like
there were-
what'd
yeah,
you have?
it
I
was
had
pretty
bombers.
epic.
I
Yeah.
had bombers and World War II memorabilia all over the place. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I loved it. I really
Nothing
honestly
burnt
did.
down, though. Nothing burnt down.
I could fix that.
Nobody's house was ruined by that party.
No. Literally though, like Rob was saying, like, want to hit that one, that last one?
Sure, we'll show that one.
California.
California wildfires have already burned 2.2 million acres in 2020, more than any year on record. So that's, I don't know, what do you think? Is that global warming?
No. Dude,
No!
listen, fuckface. Literally, we know how one started.
Yes, we do know that.
The guy's like, hey, my dick's so big, I'm burning down California.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's 10,000 acres, so that's 40 kilometers is this fire. Last I checked in.
Okay.
40 kilometers. 10,000 acres for our American friends.
Who gets sued out of this?
The people that lit the smoke fire. The smoke
No.
bomb. Yeah, absolutely.
The makers of that pay for all
Why
that.
would they? They didn't use their product irresponsibly. The person that did the gender reveal used the product irresponsibly.
Yeah, I'll have to watch the video and watch it burn, as I'm gonna have to laugh at it, and we could touch base on it again. But like, no, it's seriously, guys, it's 2020.
Mm-hmm.
This is the shittiest year on record. Don't fucking do anything. Don't light a dart. Don't fucking smoke cocaine. Do not touch anything anymore.
It's called crack. That's called crack.
Whatever the fuck it's called, don't do it. Listen, don't move. Just fucking stand still. Stop. This is a shitty year.
I'm just saying, let's dial back these gender reveal parties. They're pretty cool. You can have balloons, piñatas. You can get creative with it. Don't burn down your state because of it.
We've only seen the beginning.
We've only seen the beginning.
There's going to be some fucking redneck, and I'm 1,000 of individual fires. Things started them. Gender reveal is one of thousands of fires. The problem is the dry conditions.
Yes, exactly. Like I said, global warming.
Okay, I'll give it to you, I guess. I don't really give a fuck about California. I really don't. It's not
You don't give a fuck about California? Some of the
There's too many people.
I've
There's
ever
too
met
many
are in
people.
California.
There's too many people in one spot.
Mhm.
Like, it's overpopulation. It's not. Overpopulation is ridiculous in California. Like, I've never been to California. I'm sure it's beautiful. It's always sunny. Never rains.
It's not that.
It's not that nice. Apparently.
I'll just say this: the rain in Canada keeps it a lot cleaner looking. Is all I'm gonna say.
No shit. All the trees we have.
A lot of the buildings, it's like, ugh.
Oh, except in Montreal, with my cigarette and my French accent, No, Adam, we haven't even. This is just scratching the surface, my friend. I cannot wait until somebody thinks it's going to be a great idea to fly over their house and drop blue dye or pink dye over a lake and dye that thing fucking pink or yellow, and every fish dies in it because they're gender revealing. Like,
but it's my
America's
gender
so
reveal.
fucking stupid. The richest third world country in the world. You want to talk about a fucking dumb president? This guy literally lit a forest fire.
Yeah. To
With
celebrate
a fucking gender reveal.
Yeah. Toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity.
Was it a male or a female? Does anyone know?
I
Because
think
we
it
could
was
be talking about toxic femininity.
I do not stand with the views of Adam. He is his own person. He will speak on whatever he wants to speak. I do not control him and or his mouth that runs.
Wait, if it was a female, we're not mad? We're like, you know what? It was a cool idea.
Great idea.
What burned down California for women?
Listen. I just ripped my wife apart for the fucking wedding. You think I'm going to be like, yeah, that's what my wife would do. Yeah, right. I'll be sleeping on the fucking couch for the rest of my life. No.
You'll be sleeping on the couch for that, but not for badmouthing your own wedding?
I liked our wedding. I really did like my wedding. I really did, honestly.
Nice wedding. I had a lovely time there.
So did I. I loved my priest, too. My priest was amazing.
Yeah.
I really did. I loved my wedding. I really did. But, I didn't get anything out of it.
What do you mean you got wife out of it?
Yeah. Like they don't give you there was just so much shit. Like I didn't want anything when you guys came to my wedding because people had to travel, right? I'm like, don't give me anything. Like, don't even worry about paying me. Like, I've literally saved up money for a year, for like a couple of years for the wedding. We're okay, guys. Like, I don't want your money. I don't want anything. And it's like fucking gifts that my wife still doesn't use. I got a fucking she got a KitchenAid from her aunt that's got fucking cobwebs in it. I'm like, bake me something for fuck's sakes. Didn't get married, bake me something all the time. Now we're married? No, I'm good, honey. Let's get up the dishes. Yeah, all right, yeah. Yeah, I'm fucking definitely on the couch tonight. Damn it.
Does she watch every show?
No, I watch the playback and she kind of watches it with me. She'll sleep on the couch or lay on me and I watch it.
Skip the playback today.
I've skipped a few playbacks. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. Or I'll fast forward. I know what's coming up. I'm like, oh, yeah.
This is a boring part. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry
Adam's internet cuts out.
Oh, yeah, no, I watched that one twice.
Yeah.
Adam, I want to wrap the show up here.
Yeah, I think we're done.
We're not done yet.
Oh, we're not done.
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Oh, September 11th. Yeah.
Yes, 19 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there are 19-year-olds who have been at war this entire time.
There's kids in college and university that learned it as history in school.
Yeah.
Think about that. You know. Yeah. It's always a somber day. It really honestly is a very somber day. Just because as much as we do kind of rip apart America, I think, and they're starting to cancel some September 11th stuff because of the pandemic. Like they're starting to cancel a few things, which if we can remember, and I think that people really need to remember what happened after September 11th, on September 12th and 13th and 14th and 15th. The world was at peace. We prayed for them. We gave them everything we could, and America got along. It was.
I don't know if I would say the world was at peace. There was a lot of fear and a lot of terror.
There was a lot of fear, but we also had heavy hearts for everybody that was dead. We were a lot nicer to people. Like people were saying, like, and they're making claims of that now. Is they're saying that like New York was for probably 4 months was a lovely country. Crime was down. Everybody was helping everybody. Everybody felt down. Everybody helped out. And now they're just burning stuff down. But I think at that time, like we all remember where we were. You know, I was in English class and they let us out. They let us out early because I think they locked down Littlefield because they were pulling kids up and they were bringing all the planes down or something like that. And then we got out and then we watched the towers fall in front of the English office. And we watched 3,000 people die. We watched the towers fall.
Yeah,
teachers were crying. Like older teachers that knew the severity of it were bawling. And I'm like, what are you crying about? Like, and this is just being an uneducated teenager. Like, well, it wasn't me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but like going back and looking at it, like we watched 3,000 people die live on TV.
Yeah, I remember when I was in English class and nobody knew. And our friend Dave from Niagara Falls, he basically came up to me and started telling me, he's like, yeah, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're doing that. And I kind of was nodding my head. And then he got like 10 minutes in the conversation. And I go, Dave, what the fuck are you talking about? And he goes, you haven't heard? And I go, no. He goes, dude, they attacked I don't know if they had attacked the Pentagon by then. Yeah, I think they had already hit the Pentagon before the towers fell, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, they attacked the Pentagon, Adam. They hit the World Trade Center. They're using planes as weapons. I'm going, what? No, that's not true. Like, I didn't believe him. I called him a liar. I actually regret it now. I'm like, you're making this up. You're pulling my leg. He's like, every plane in the air is considered a weapon right now. They're trying to ground them all. Some of them they can't get down. I'm like, what? And then my teacher heard, and he's like, well, if what you're saying is true, we're going to watch this TV. And he turns on the TV, and there it is on CNN. And I'm going, wow, like that. He wasn't making that up. Like that actually is real. And like, we're in a whole new world, like that.
Right,
that instant, I was in a different world.
Yeah. And right away, like when you're watching it live,
Yeah.
And we're watching it on the TV screen, and I think there's 50 kids. We're side by side watching it around this window. The teachers have the doors open and the TV cranked, and you're hearing people like these morning news shows that we watched and loved, like NBC or whatever it was, ABC Morning or whatever. Good Morning America, that's the one I remember watching, and they go, we don't even know what's happening.
Yeah. Nobody
Like, was it an accident? Second one flew in.
Yeah.
Oh, and then it was like, now we're getting news the Pentagon's been attacked.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we're under attack.
And they didn't know Saddam Hussein for a few days, or sorry, Osama bin Laden for a few days. Like, they didn't know.
They knew nothing, dude. They knew nothing. All the world cared about was getting the people out of the rubble, hopefully alive, and everybody trying your best. And like, it was a sad time because you just turned the news. Not even the news. You just turned the TV on.
Yeah, you couldn't turn the TV on any channel without it being talked about. And
nothing. Everything stopped. Everything stopped. Every sport stopped. Yeah. Everything. And then when they came up, they're like, are they going to get another plane and blow it into Yankee Stadium or Boston? You know, and you're like, oh shit, I never thought of that. And then our whole world changed.
No channel, like every channel had it, but any channel that didn't, nobody would watch anyway. You know, like there was nobody wanted to watch a sitcom. If you tried to put that on, it's just like, it's not interesting. Like, I don't give a fuck. This is all that matters, right? For weeks, for like a week or two.
That's it. Yeah. And you're looking at it and going, wow, well, what's going to happen now?
Mm-hmm.
Like people are like, what? Like, no, seriously, what is going to happen now?
Yeah.
Like, we're talking 2001. So we're talking like cell phones were the bricks. If you could get a cell phone,
you know, a lot of people had cell phones by then. Yep. Internet was like, we had internet.
We did
have
not
on your cell phone as much, but there was internet at home. It was dial-up maybe, but you know.
Yeah, you're paying per text message.
Yeah.
But just thinking of that, like, just thinking of what would happen if that were to happen now.
Yeah.
You would have so many more angles of it.
Yeah.
Like, you'd have angles, you'd know what happened, you know where this person was and that person was. Like, as much as we hate our cell phones because they're devices that follow us, they'll fucking find you. Yeah. If they go, hey, you know, JM's 4 more feet down. All right, why? Well, the cell phone's still somewhat working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope we never see another one of those. I really honestly hope we never, ever see another one of those. It's a trying time, right? I mean, it's something we'll never forget, and it's something that I think we can still learn from. Is not the hate that followed with attacking another country, but the love that came in a few days. Like, for a month after that, man, everybody was good to even us. Like, we weren't ripping each other apart. We weren't like, we were going to a party or whatever have you, and we were nice. And, you know, at football, we did like dropped a knee in the end zone. We wore our blue ribbons. We did a bunch of stuff. Like, we all cared about each other because it was like, hey, because the next time maybe they use a bus and you're on that bus. You don't know. You don't know. You just don't know when it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So we treated everybody with love and respect, and it just gave you a different perspective on life that I think people have lost. And I think we got to somehow find that again.
Yeah.
That's probably, I don't know, man. Like, it drives me nuts that I know tomorrow is September 11th and that we should all be on the same page and mourn and do things to remember what those people, like the men and women of the fire departments and the police departments and the help people trying to get people out. Like, we got to remember that. We got to remember people are people, man. Mm-hmm. Like the firefighter the cop didn't leave the black guy sitting by himself. Like the white cop helped the black guy.
Firefighters going in knowing that they probably wouldn't be coming back out.
Exactly. But like they said, like some of the guys that survived, we didn't think the building was going to fall down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just, we have to go, I'm not saying go right back to like the love and peace and like all that shit, but dude, we gotta fucking start loving again. And I say this, Canadians too, like we gotta love each other, man. We get so much hate now. Hate's so easy. Mm-hmm. Love and understanding is hard. And after September 11th on the 12th and the 13th, understanding we didn't care. We didn't care on what you look like. We wanted to make sure you were okay. You know, watching people die like that on TV and it not even fathoming to a 17-year-old me or an 18-year-old me how old I was, man, you look back at it and you go, wow, like we literally went through history.
Mm-hmm.
And we had love for everybody. Now we have nothing. Now we're back to square one. Now we're back to hate. And we hate things over, we're hating each other over the stupidest things.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It certainly put things into perspective back then, but
I absolutely did.
That doesn't mean the issues of today are not important to either.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that we need to have more love and understanding of situations. Like, I'm not saying, like, you know, you can get mad and fired up about certain things, but we got to approach it with a different outlook, a different look at life. Look outside the box. Like, dude, honestly, for a month, like, people, like, left and right, white, black, Asian, everybody was just loved. You know, I don't understand. We got to get back to that somehow. I don't know how, and I hope it doesn't take a goddamn crisis to another incident like that, like to bring us all back, because I think it's a waste. When we have the tools now, we have the tools in education now to realize what we can do, and we're using the wrong energy on it. Looking back at September 11th and the stuff that happened on that day. Do you have anything else for me today, my friend? That's just my take on it, guys. I know sometimes I babble on, but that's my take on it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's crazy that it's 19 years later, you know?
Yeah, it's really, really, it's mass to think that.
And I mean, we're still fighting terrorism.
Terrorism will never go away. It was there before September 11th. It'll be there after. We know this. It was there before, and it just continues on. And with social media, like, we just gotta figure out, like, we gotta love, man. Stop fucking hating. As much as I come on here and say I hate you and I rip on you, dude, like, we know we got love. Fuck, we got good love. You know, I got love for everybody, but why can't we just? I don't like what you're doing, and then we got to fix it, and let's fix it. I don't understand how hard that is. Like, September 11th, when everybody looks back at it, like the Robs and whoever else is on here, like, we lived through it, man. And we had 3 planes. I think we had 3 planes land in North Bay, did we not?
I know we had some planes land in North Bay. I don't know the amount, but there was a lot of Americans who were diverted here and stayed at the airport, or some people even took them into their houses and brought blankets up to the airport.
And I want to say Chippewa High School had them too. I think
that sounds accurate. I know that. Yeah, I think there was a school that put them up for a little while until this all got sorted out.
And you can go home, and it was like, hey, what are you doing? And it was like, it was amazing to see the little dumb community in North Bay. And I say little dumb community, but everybody just came together. And we were like, hey, those guys were a part of September 11th, one way or another. They're here now. Some of them don't have a lot of money. Everything's shut down. What do? Restaurants were bringing in caterings, and we were giving blankets, and guys were playing music for them. And come on down to the bar. We'll pay for your bar tab. Like, just come and have time. Bring your kids down for a drink. Come on down here. Come here. Just solidarity was amazing.
Yeah.
And now I just call you a fucking moron, and I hate you. And
so the point you're making is maybe we've lost sight of some things since then.
We have. Fucking right we have, man. Like, for us, for these stupid things here, like, you can text me and I get that in 30 seconds and I reply. We should be a lot closer, but for some reason it's brought us a lot farther apart. And we lived through September 11th, so we're old enough to remember and realize what happened at the time. We can remember the good out of that. On what happened with humanity after the fact, we can remember.
I'll tell you what I remember is a lot of fear and a lot of uncertainty. I honestly thought I'd be going to war.
Yeah, I think we all did. We kind of all did. Now you start thinking about, like, because we're all about, like, college or university. It's like, fuck, we're prime time. We're legit, like, ready to go to, like, if they call us tomorrow, like if this, and they were calling it the Pearl Harbor of our generation. They're like, great. And it's right in our wheelhouse to go pick up a rifle, learn how to shoot it, and then go to war.
Yeah, we were the right age to be drafted if there was a draft. Thank God that there wasn't. So
exactly. And then right there, we all would have shot each other in the foot. But that's what my mom, I remember saying. But no, we just lose. We lost. I think we've lost our way. We got to come back somehow. And I hope that tomorrow really does bring people back to remember on what happened.
All right. Well, I think on that note, we're gonna end the show.
I think so too, my friend. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Rob, nice to see you. I don't know who else is watching, but hey, good for you guys, and thanks for showing on.
Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.
We're going.